it's really interesting how, I knew I had a really good idea, and it started off very well. And the further I get the same feeling that I got in many other things that I started out good at. When, for example, in sports, there's this expression of, or I guess it's an expression, but yeah, not just in sports, dropping the ball, the expression of dropping the ball. Here I got this. I thought it's related. It's a baseball glove. Have you seen videos of baseball players dropping the ball? It's really, I feel what they're going through, Cause yeah, I got this plenty of times, or I wanted to know what caused this, cause I didn't drop the ball when I didn't. When what makes you drop the ball is basically what I'm thinking about, and I discovered this in this writing process as well. For example, it goes really well, and just 2 days earlier I wrote a new scene, and for everyone who's new, I basically I try to discover the story. I'm not plotting the thing out. I'm not planning ahead. I'm sort of just going on the page and then just okay. Let's see what happens. So I'm using my intuition, you could say, and yeah, and that it really went great, especially for the start and stuff. And the more I invest in it, I feel like the tougher it gets. But it's not really that it gets tougher. It's just that I tend to overthink it. I get this feeling that I'm doing really well. Expectations rising. I should keep up. Don't drop the ball. Don't drop the ball. And when I think about not dropping the ball, that's when I drop it. Yeah, and that happened 2 days earlier. The good thing in writing is that you can sort of go back in time and just delete the bad passage you wrote. In this case, it wasn't even a bad passage. It was like I started a scene, and it had a mood, it had a feel to it, and then I quit early. I thought, okay, that's good. I don't want to mess it up now. I chickened out, but that's when I felt like, no, that's you dropped the ball there. Go further. Go a layer deeper. And I did. I went back to the document, put some music on. Sometimes I don't. Sometimes that's not good, but in this case it helped. And then I picked it up. I just picked up the ball, and that's I guess you can't do that in sports, or maybe you can, but I don't know. Yeah, it's whatever. I like that about writing, that you can sort of undo your mistakes in a way. But even that can sometimes be a mistake. Sometimes I go back and I think, should I really change that and stuff like that? You always, so I guess it's very similar. It's very similar. Oh, that's neat. I wonder if any one of you had that feeling too, I had that happen so many times to me, especially, when a lot of people are around and we are playing, I don't know, darts for example, and you sort of, You start, you feel easy, it's your friends, whatever, and you hit great shots, and then same thing, expectations rising, and then the next shot are a catastrophe, or I talked about this in my bowling video, same concept, like, yeah, hey, strike, strike, oh, expectations, miss, 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 because you sort of lose the feeling that you went into it before you had the strike. So that's that. I feel like that's in what I do, or probably in life in general. It's very important to keep trusting in that feeling, this feeling of flow that you have when you pull something like a strike off or something. This flow thing, I guess, is what I'm calling it for now. But overthinking is a big part of it. Yeah, because then I think about, when I first hit those strikes, I didn't think about my friends and the people looking. But then they came into the picture and sort of messed things up. Or, I messed things up. It's not their fault. And in bowling also, like, I think everyone knows this feeling. A friend told me, like, what he never does is going for a roll when someone else on a lane beside him is doing that as well. He always waits, like, okay, you do your move first and then I go, It's sort of the same principle. You're sort of aware of something else than what you should be focused on, So in that writing process, I felt, but I fixed it, don't worry, I'm not gonna drop the ball, and if I do, I'm gonna pick it up. That sort of, I'm sticking with that, and I'm committing to it. I think that's such a great word. That's a word that, for example, a couple of other languages don't have that. They have like similar words, but commitment is a really great English word. It's really awesome. It really gives you a sense of, a sort of a bond, sort of a contract, that is made. And if you break it, well, you'll see what happens, you're gonna drop the ball. So I'm really committed, and the update is basically very positive, So I didn't drop the ball in the end, but I feel that, that possibility, it's probably always there. It's probably gonna be there till the end, but it makes it really interesting, sort of like you have to keep the balance, you have to keep the balance, especially, in this sort of process. And so, I feel like this writing process is very lifelike in that sense, sort of, you go with the momentum of the story, and sometimes I get ideas of what could happen, but I don't plot around it. I don't then write towards that. I want to discover that thing, and so far I think I'm page 30-ish, page 30-ish, a movie script is around 90 to 120 pages, but that's already long, like 90 pages-ish. So you could say I'm a third or a quarter of the way there, and that 30 pages I got are really good. It's really, it's really amping up. And also a different thing is, I shouldn't be afraid of, I know that it's gonna be difficult, or maybe not, maybe not with that process, but I know a lot of writers have a problem at that 45-50 page sort of, when the movie's sort of in the middle of its, lot of sort of, I don't know, maybe that's not true for my process, but a lot of writers have that sort of slump, I don't know what you call it, in the middle. But whatever, I'm gonna ignore it. I'm just gonna discover it. I'm just gonna discover it, and maybe I can evade it that way. Maybe I don't have that feeling at all when I get to that part. Yeah. Yeah, that's why I love this process so much. It's not about, I mean, I'm juggling stuff. Themes come up that I have to think about, and sort of, yeah, I think about a lot of stuff. But it's not like the writing happens when I sit down and write, that's when, even when I have a good idea the day before, and I discover sort of, yeah, I write it and it sort of feels not quite, that's not it. Delete it. I have to be really rigorous with that. Yeah, until it feels right. That's like a writer I liked in the movie Space. Does Matt Zoller? No, as Craig Zoller or something. He wrote a couple of very violent movies, I have to say, but they have a very unique rhythm to it. And he said that my day as a writer is done when I feel satisfied. When I feel like, hey, I got something done today. I think that's a really cool a guide, sort of a mantra. There are a couple out there, but I like this one. And again, that's probably true for many vocations, for many things, whatever you want to do. Yeah, I like that. Instead of just counting the time or the pages you wrote, just how do you feel about what you wrote? I feel great about it. Good day of work. And I could feel, 2 days earlier when I wanted to chicken out, because I thought, oh, I have like half a page and that's good and I don't want to mess it up. I felt that when I wanted to stop, that I didn't feel satisfied, it wasn't enough. That wasn't a real scene. There's more to explore. And then I found it. Really got stuff going. Yeah. So yeah, still at the beginning stages. But again, there's gonna be more updates, and I'm gonna keep you up to date with, the updates, obviously. And all the stuff that I encounter. And then the process of sending it out, which is, that's the big part. I'm excited. Dropping the ball. Happens to the best. Yeah. But just pick it up again. Yeah. Hey, a quick side note. I'm probably gonna make a video about this. I'm sure you noticed there's a small blemish, and I'm really annoyed because I've gotten a couple of compliments the last couple of weeks. My skin really got way better, and it's because of diet. I was in this loop of using a couple of different skincare stuff, and most of it made it worse. And then I found out that a couple of plant oils are really, really unhealthy, like incredibly so. And it's actually not cool at all that they're sold. I would outright outlaw them because there's nothing good about them for the human body. And yeah, that blemish is because of that. I ate one biscuit sunflower seed oil in it. And I think I'm gonna make a video about that because there's so much, I don't know, no doctor ever told me that. Really, I was at like skin doctors and stuff, especially in my youth, because there it was really bad. I mean, not as bad as some other, but still like really annoying. And yeah, I figured it out, I figured it out, and I'm really, yeah, I'm cutting these oils out completely. It's incredible. Since I know, since I figured this stuff out, I'm really looking out for all of them, and whenever I cheat, I feel it instantly. It's crazy. I really, sort of figured out what it is, and it's so odd that people don't tell you about it. So I wanna make a video about that with healthy oils to use for cooking, and the ones that you should cut out. Like sunflower seed oil, thistle oil. All of these things have to go through a incredibly toxic chemical process to just lose their smell, because when they're pressed fresh, cold, they stink. They're really awful. No one would buy them, and then you sort of have to go through this incredible chemical process to get rid of that smell, and then another process to get rid of those chemicals again. It's really, yeah, I think maybe I'm gonna do a video about it. Maybe that's enough, maybe you should just research that for yourself. We'll see. But yeah, that's it for my writing process. I hope you weren't annoyed, but I'm very self-conscious, I hate that, especially because, if it were on the other side, you wouldn't have noticed it. So annoying. But hey, you can't rush it. It goes away in 2 days, whatever. So, yeah, that was the update for my writing. Goes really well. Just as my diet is improving and everything's improving. I'm still on the lookout for a job. That's the one thing that's not improved, but it's gonna. I have an appointment tomorrow. And yeah, we'll see about that. Something that can sort of jive with everything I'm doing.